My ship, Carnival Vista, is arriving in the ancient seaport of Marseille. And like many of my fellow passengers, I plan to make the most of my time here in France's second largest city. At the docks, I'm greeted immediately by the sounds and smells that have filled the air here for centuries. And by Gilles Conchi, a local chef my cruise director asked to show me the real Marseille.
I've taken you to the fish market of the old port of Marseille.
Is this where you always get your fish?
This is where I always get my fish every morning. We're going to the ones that have the fish that we are looking for. We're looking for a soft, subtle, white fish meat, okay? So here we have two of the best we have in the Mediterranean. The John Dory and the white...
This is a John Dory.
John Dory right here, and a white scorpion fish.
Gilles plans to make a classic local dish that sums up Marseille in a single pot. Bouillabaisse, a fish stew with a big mix of flavors and humble beginnings.
It was a poor fisherman dish originally when they were using the damaged fish from the bottom of their boats to fix the bouillabaisse.
Today, bouillabaisse is deeply entrenched in the local culture and celebrated as the most famous dish of Marseille.
Il y a les deux là, super.
Au revoir.
Au revoir, merci.
All we need now is a giant pot and a local kitchen. Gilles knows just the place. On Gilles' patio, we start with olive oil, garlic, onion, and leek.
I'm gonna put this gas to the maximum.
Now we're starting to brown. Look at that.
Okay, now tomato and parsley. Please drop it in.
Oh, I do it myself like this, yeah.
Why is bouillabaisse such a huge part of Marseillan culture?
It is rapidly connected to Marseille. It's Marseille's recipe. Marseille is by the sea, and fishing has always been a big activity. So now we're adding the fish.
Okay, one at a time, yeah?
One at a time.
You just put the whole fish in?
Yes.
Wow, I'm impressed. This seems like a quite a time-consuming dish to make that.
Quite a bit.
So everybody has their own take on bouillabaisse.
Yes, definitely.
What's your take?
It's a question of selecting what we call the noble fish. The noble fish are the tastiest, soft, fresh, subtle white fish meat. For today's bouillabaisse, we got a John Dory, we got a white scorpion fish,
Okay.
we bought a big sea bass, monkfish, and a lobster. Okay, so once it's fully boiling, within a few minutes, we put the fire down.
And now we wait.
Let it simmer.
As the pot simmers, all those tastes combine into multiple layers of flavor, creating the rich broth this dish is known for. Bouillabaisse is a long process, and it's a social event. So Gilles let me invite some of my fellow passengers to experience this authentic local tradition with me. As guests arrive, Gilles removes the herbs and unwanted parts before we painstakingly strain the liquid, bit by bit. The show-stopping moment arrives when the day's fresh catch is brought out, and it's enough to make anyone from Marseille proud. Our noble fish go in the pot, topped with our homemade fish broth, and we let the flavors work their magic. The anticipation at the table heightens as we wait, until finally,
Bouillabaisse is ready.
Gilles and I serve it up right at the table in true family style. It's a fitting way to experience this age-old tradition of Marseille.
All right, bon appetit, guys.
Bon appétit.
My first bouillabaisse. First bouillabaisse. Thank you, chef.
Bon appétit.
That is so good.
Oh, it's not too fishy at all. You'd expect this to be super fishy. Really nice, robust flavors from the vegetables and the tomatoes that we roasted. That's excellent.
The thing is that it's not a one fish dish. It's a several fish dish. The taste is the taste of them all together.
In that way, bouillabaisse is a perfect synonym for Marseille, historically a melting pot for other cultures throughout the Mediterranean region.
Chef, this is excellent. Thank you so much.
You're welcome anytime.
I'll be back. Bon appetit, guys.
Bon appétit.